Cat people, how are you today? I am Catlady Antigoni, and today we are talking about my favorite fall palettes. Before we start with the actual video and the palettes, I would like to give you some information about the makeup look that you see right here. If you're interested, I have already filmed a step-by-step tutorial, and it's the makeup where I'm reviewing the Fairy Tale Fairies from Simply Posh Cosmetics, and I think it's gonna be up at my channel by the time that you're watching this video. It's kind of weird to me because now that I'm filming is July. Yes, it's July. I'm pre-filming quite a lot. I want to make sure that I will not miss any uploads, and it feels weird to have this makeup, this mood, and talk about fall, but it's okay. Now, I have done a video last year about my 5 favorite fall palettes. This year we have 6. Well, although that I'm using some of the palettes that I mentioned at the previous video, like last year's video, I'm not gonna mention them today. You can always go and check this video instead. I don't wanna be repetitive. I don't wanna say the same things again and again, and since I have kinda like new palettes, new favorites, I wanna mention them all. Now, when it comes to the way that I chose the palettes, I'm not gonna tell you about the actual quality. I have tried like 5 of the palettes, not all 6 of them, but today I'm gonna focus on the color scheme and what defines autumn color scheme wise according to my opinion. This video does not aim to make you buy any makeup products, any palettes, no. I just want to give you some fall inspiration. That's why I do not include only palettes that I have reviewed, and that's why I have included some stuff that are up and coming. Okay, and something else that I would like to mention before I start is that everything that I'm gonna present to you today, if you're new in this channel, is gonna be cruelty free, like everything that I'm always showing you here. And I think we are done with the disclaimers, and if you're ready, let's start with the palettes! The idea here is to start from the palette that I haven't tried yet, or at least I haven't tried as much as I wanted to have a full opinion about it. I'm talking about Haunted Pumpkin from Give Me Glow Cosmetics, and the reason that I'm starting from here is because I don't have to say a lot, but for all my other palettes I have quite a lot of things to tell you. So let's focus on the color scheme here. It's a quite autumnal color scheme, at least autumnal according to what I have in my mind. We have all the oranges, we have some grungy colors. I love to see this pumpkin procession on action. I think that it's a very promising eyeshadow, and I also love this teal color because I think it's quite unique. A lot of palettes have teal-ish colors, but this has the absolute correct depth for me, and this is the only color that I have used from this palette because really I wanted to show you my first impressions, but I had to do a makeup look and I was like, yeah, but I need this color and I don't have it anywhere else. So I dived in and I quite enjoyed the quality. Of course, I cannot tell you a lot because it was just a small area of my eye and I haven't tried the shimmers, which according to me they are very promising. Now when it comes to Give Me Glow, they have these characteristically bigger pans. I don't know if you enjoy this. I personally prefer smaller pans because I have a lot of palettes, and it gives me kind of anxiety to know that I will never finish one of these eyeshadows, but I guess this depending on kind of like preferences, and of course this is not a negative in any case of the palette. I love the way that they have mixed some warm colors to underline the warmness of the autumn, but also they have through some more cool toned colors like this one, the Moon Magic, and to me this palette is a must, and I promise you that I will review it as soon as possible. I was actually trying to save this palette for more cold weather, but here we are in Sweden and now in July it rains almost every day, so I start having the feeling and I think that I'm gonna dive in soon. Moving on to the next palette, and this is the first of official palette from Nina, Nikki's Tutorial own brand. I mean, I'm in love from the packaging with a gorgeous Nikki here, wow, to the palette itself. Yes, when you see the color scheme, you might not see me and my personal preferences here, but let me tell you, first of all, the quality of the eyeshadows is just stunning, and secondly, this palette, because of its great quality, actually pushes me to start trying other colors as well. I mean, this color right here, the final boss, is so beautiful. You might see it as a brownish orange, but actually on the swatch it shows pink, and I'm like, I need to have you on my eyelids. I haven't done this autumnal makeup look yet because again it's July, so I don't really feel it yet, but I think it's coming very soon. I love that we have two rows of more neutral colors, more brownish colors, but here we have some colors, some vibrancy as well. Again, as I said with the previous palette, I can see the fall here. Even they have this eyeshadow which is called Herbst. I'm really bad at the Dutch language, like I have no idea how to pronounce it, but this means autumn, and yes, I can definitely see the autumn here with the orange and all the shades of brown. Here we are going with more traditional idea or autumn color scheme, but I can definitely classify this palette as one of the ultimate fall palettes. About the next palette, I was a bit on the fence if I want to include it in this video, because another video about only Halloween palettes is coming very soon, so I was thinking, should I just include it there and not here? But in the end, I'm gonna include it in today's video. Well, I'm talking about It's Freaking Bats, the collaboration between Buddy Bean and Shroud Cosmetics, and the reason that I was like, is it autumnal though? Was because I don't see a lot, or at all, I would say, the orange color in the color scheme. Yes, we have this kind of grungy mustardy, it's called Trappa. Then we have the handbook, which definitely gives me some fall vibes, but I don't really know if it is strictly a palette for fall. I would say it's something that I would personally use for fall because I do not really enjoy orange as a color. I don't hate it, but it's not like I'm kinda searching for orange eyeshadow on a daily basis, even when I have to do fall looks. Okay, don't come for me, I just don't like warm toned colors. So this is something that I would actually use for fall. I love this Adams color. It's so nice, and I have tested this palette recently and the quality is really high. I haven't had any other palette from Shroud Cosmetics, but I'm planning to have more in the future because I was very happy. The eyeshadows are a bit powdery, they have a bit of kickback, but to me it's fine, like it's not such a big problem, and I always start with my eye makeup and not with my face makeup, so I can wipe it off with a wet wipe. So I love this palette, not only for the color scheme, but for the general spooky vibe. So I don't know if I would definitely classify it as a fall palette because I'm using it all year round, but if I have to think about seasons, I think yes, the Halloween is during fall, and that's one of the reasons why I put it there. But please tell me down at the comments, would you classify this palette as fall palette? And tell me in the end, did I forget anything that you love and you consider as fall palette in this video? Continuing with a bit of Halloweeny stuff in this video, the next palette that I'm gonna show you is the Spooked palette. This is a collaboration between Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny. Like, I love Doodles by the Bunny and her art. I've been following her for years and years, since Facebook era. I'm talking like 7 years before. I loved this palette. I mean, from the design to the quality to the color scheme, it's just perfect. I think this is actually one of my favorite palettes in my entire collection, and I have quite a lot of palettes, so I think this means something. I classify this palette as a fall palette because it combines orange with purple. Purple is something that we haven't seen in any other palette, and I could kind of say that purple is an autumnal color for me. I have seen a little bit of purple here, but not this kind of deep purple, which I truly love. Also here we have a purple-ish duochrome from purple to green to kind of like gold. It's such a stunning color in a stunning palette. My personal favorite is this one right here. It is called Pumpkin. I see it pink. I know that you see it kinda orangey, and on the eye it appears green. This is purely magical. This kind of changes color according to the eye makeup that you have, and it's so dimensional, so beautiful. I think that both the brand Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny have done an amazing, excellent job with this palette, and I also love and appreciate the existence of white and black. Pretty nice white, amazing black, and I think that these two colors are very useful for almost every makeup look that you can do. Moving on to a non-Halloweenish palette, and I'm ready to tell you about the Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes. Let me show you the color scheme. I mean, although that we don't have like bright oranges here, this color scheme screams autumn to me, and it's not autumnal in the sense of only browns and oranges and stuff like that, but we have the purples, we have these greens that you can see in the nature when the trees are ready to say bye-bye to their leaves. This palette is just so beautiful, wow! And although that it's more warm leaning, and although that I have told you already that I do not really enjoy more warm color schemes, this has something different. I don't know how to describe it, but I kind of find myself reaching for this palette and the colors that we have here. The shimmers are so shifty and beautiful, but according to me, the formula is not perfect for extremely oily and hooded eyelids like mine, because I think that after a while, if you have not applied any powder eyeshadow before any matte eyeshadow, they are creasing. So this is the only drawback from this palette. I can forgive this, definitely, because of the color scheme, and it's so yummy, and it's one of the palettes that when I see it, I have so many makeup looks popping in my head, and I'm like, yeah, I can do this, that, and it's kinda rare for me to feel this with just one palette. Of course, I have already reviewed this palette, I have filmed a tutorial. I will try to remember to have it down at my description box. If I forget, you can always go to the magnifying glass and search for Muse review, and you will find it. Such an amazing palette. If you haven't bought it, and if it is in stock, because it's quite difficult to find it in stock, I would highly recommend you to buy this palette. It's just beautiful, so beautiful. And now it's time for the Greek word of the day. Well, I was looking at the Muse palette and I saw this amazing deep green with the shade name Pine. So I decided to tell you the pine word in Greek because I think that's very fitting to the autumnal theme that we have. So in Greek we say pefko. Say with me, pefko. Pefko. As always, I'm gonna ask you to try to write a comment down below using the word pefko, or actually tell me the word in your own native language. And last but not least, palette for this video is coming from Blend Bunny, and I'm gonna tell you about the All Done Up palette. So let me show you this amazing palette with this super grungy color scheme. To me, although that again it doesn't contain any oranges, it's the epitome of fall colors. I mean, all these colors can be seen at the nature, at the tree trunks, at the trees. They're so beautiful. And although again it's not probably the first palette that I would like to grab and do a lot of makeup looks with, I find the colors here very inspiring. I recently have done a look with this and the other palette from Blend Bunny, the Lure, and the quality here is stunning. I love Blend Bunny's quality in general. Here, once again, she has done an excellent job, both with the color combination. I love the rose, like the dark, the mid-tone, and the light with the pastels, and with the quality as well. The shimmers are stunning. stunning. And here we have another kind of duochrome-ish. I have seen this eyeshadow being sold from other brands as a duochrome, so why not saying that it's a duochrome, although the Blend Bunny doesn't mention this, but to me it is, because here we have a transparent base and we can see green in certain angles, so of course I love it. Again, we have a matte white and a matte black, something that I find very, very useful in a palette, and bonus points here for the grey, because according to my opinion it's kind of difficult to find grey in palettes. Also, I love this kind of like warm toned brown, so beautiful, and it looks so nice on the eyes. All in all, although that it's a bit surprising palette for my taste, I think that this palette is kind of completing my collection and I love it so much for fall. And that was it. This was our video for today. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you watched this video till the end, don't forget to leave something like a fall emoji, so for me to understand that you watched. Also, if you enjoyed this video, why not considering subscribing to my channel, because I have a lot of palette videos which are coming. I have prepared them all. I'm kinda like a control freak when it comes to these things. And also you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more content. Again, thank you so much for being here with me today. See you in my next video, and until then, bye bye!